Shalom, hello. I am about to board a flight, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to begin something that I started writing some years ago. It's called the product flip cycle, a take on the product life cycle. So the normal product life cycle is there's the innovators, then the early adopters, then the early majority, the late majority, and then the laggards. And it's depicted as a bell curve, where you have the initial minorities, and then you have the tail off until the next product cycle. And somewhere during the midpoint is the development stage. So the thing that according to Torah, according to Kabbalah and Chassidus, the center of any concept is the midpoint or 0 point of the concept. And the 0 point is also the beginning of the new stage. So this is the reason, instead of the product life cycle, that I call it the product flip cycle, because at the center somewhere begins the flip. So how does the flip begin? So for instance, a person has a nice new smartphone. The newest, the latest smartphone available, very fast. It does a lot of nice things. And then on their smartphone, they see that an article comes out that, oh, by the way, there's a new version coming out. It's in the R&D stage, and there's a new version coming out. So all of a sudden, the phone that they're holding doesn't seem so smart anymore. Maybe so what happened there? So this is what's called the 0 point of seeing the whole. Even the small hole, then it becomes a wider and wider hole, because no product has the complete solution. It's called shleimus. It's not. There's always a reliance on a product. Anything that is made in like technology, there's always some opening for a new version, a newer and newer version to come out. So when a person, for instance, is looking on their phone and they see that this headline comes out that a new phone is coming out, so that's what's called the 0 point. So that's the point of the flip. So in a way, this is the getting people to buy the new one, because they read the article and they, oh no, I got to catch up and buy the latest. Like last night I saw a car commercial, the most adventurous car yet. And they say that every time, as my daughter mentioned. Every time is the most adventurous car yet. Again and again and again. So if someone has a nice car, a very nice car, and so they want to be adventurous, and then they see this commercial. Maybe they'll buy the new version because they want to be adventurous. So it's this adherence, or this attraction to concepts is what's driving people to purchase and to continue. This is called consumerism, right? To do the world of commerce. So like it says of any marketer knows, if you want to really get people to be excited, you promote universal concepts, like Coca-Cola. Happiness. Everyone can agree to happiness. Does it have anything to do with this sugar and liquid? Okay. Corn syrup? Okay, not so much. But this is people are drawn to this idea. So this is what a marketer does, even if it has literally nothing necessarily to do with the actual product itself. Sometimes marketing is closer related to the actual functional use of the product, but sometimes not. So this is again, the car does it, and people can go on adventures. It's called to see in Jewish thoughts, to go. A person who's on a journey has more opportunity to experience divine providence. So to be on an adventure is to see Hashem's working of divine providence in the world. That's how it's explained. So that's what's exciting about going on a journey, is to interact and see new things in the world, but to connect it with Hashem's working for the world. So a person can do that in a car, they can do that in a bus, can do that in a plane. I'm in an airport now, so can do that in many different ways to travel. So this is not necessarily the latest car. It could be many different methods. So but there's something that people are drawn to, something that people are attracted to. But at a certain point, there's the 0 point of saying, oh, this is not enough. Why is it not enough? Because ultimately the Coca-Cola is not going to lead to happiness. Or the car itself is, a person needs to, on their own, to appreciate what is true adventure, what is truly understanding Hashem's divine providence in the world. So this is ultimately not relying on the crux, which is called technology, or any man-made substance, but within oneself to explore, to live, to be happy. So these come from within, and there are certain products. It's called a mitzvah object, an object that Hashem designates, that God designates as holy. So, and there's only one version, but within that one version, it's holy from the start. But for instance, when a person uses it for a mitzvah, then that's a very good thing. It's making use of this object. It is itself holy. It doesn't need to be upgraded. It's already there. The example that's typically used is, so the Torah. The Torah was given one time, one publication date, right? It was given on Har Sinai, on Mount Sinai. But it's renewed, it's re-given every year on Shavuos, on the holiday of Shavuot. And in the future, when the Mashiach comes, when the redemption comes, and then a new Torah will be given, Torah Chadasha. But that new Torah will be the same Torah. It will just be seem as new because of all the new insights that stem forth from it. So, if there's any type of an upgrade where it's the same version, then it's called Torah Chadasha, the new Torah of Mashiach, but it's the same Torah. Nothing changes. Every letter precisely is the same as it was given. Now it's over 3,300 years ago at the giving of the Torah on Mount Sinai from Moshe Rabbeinu, from Moses. So also within ourselves, every day we renew ourselves. We become like God renews creation at every moment. Every moment is an opportunity to renew for renewal, and also at every day and every journey that we go on through life has a midpoint of, it's called Yesh Ayin Yesh, a midpoint of nothingness. So we start point A and point B, but what's in the middle is the unknown expands like a tunnel. You go through the tunnel from one side to the next, or a wormhole from one state to another. So this is the experience that we go throughout life. So it's no surprise that it manifests in all different regards in terms of the experience that we have with our interaction with things around us, with products and so forth. So the product flip cycle again is, so to all that we're saying now is in a way to reimagine or redefine what it means to be an innovator or an early adopter. An innovator means to innovate the idea behind the product, to conceptualize it, and to get beyond the crux to technology. For instance, the streaming. What is it? What would be an ideal state of streaming? Streaming service. So it says instead of relying on Wi-Fi or a router, that in the future there will be what's called Modat TV, natural consciousness. There's streaming consciousness, that all the reality connected to God, godly consciousness. So this is much better, right? No radio waves, no. This is clean, and always don't need to see if there's a tower nearby. So again, we'll discuss it more and more and more. But this is hopefully, God willing. But this is the idea. This is the start. So should all start today and continue on, and should be on to good things. So thank you, and hopefully we will continue.